लेते हैं, फिर 2 दिन आराम से कुछ और काम कर लेंगे। कैसे हो पाएगा? So how was the test? Test was fine. Both the questions were from public administration, UPSC previous year. Hmm? See? नहीं लिखा? क्यों? पढ़ा नहीं था इसलिए? तो कल जो समझाया था उसी में से तो आया है। Okay. दो लोग कौन और हैं जो चाय के लिए गए हुए हैं? एंड okay. So yesterday we were talking about UPSC. We started it. So the main article out of it is Article 315 to create UPSC, State Public Service Commission, and JPSC, Joint Public Service Commission, and Article 312 for creating services, and Article 311 to protect the services. Article 314 has been repealed by Indira Gandhi government. In this, generalist specialist debate is very important. Generalist specialist debate is very important. So descriptively what this UPSC is all about, services, protection given to them is fine. But if there is a question that what do you understand by generalist services and how it is different from specialist? So the sentences which are famous for generalist, I always tell, generalist is the one who knows everything about something, and a specialist is the one who knows something about oh yes. So ये यहाँ पे और ये यहाँ पर. Why the generalist is knowing something about everything? Hmm. So basically a specialist like a doctor, okay. And even medical also there is a generalist and a specialist thing. Like physician is a generalist, एंड उसके बाद में आप स्पेशलिस्ट बनते हो किसी एक पर्टिकुलर कोर मेडिकल एरिया में. So that way in the civil services also, generalist is the one who can be posted in any of the department. So IAS is such post which can be sent to any department, and generally one is heading that department. Even the department is having the all the specialists. The execution of the policy is in the hand of generalist who can be a director, like Ministry of Home Affairs. So, so Ministry of Home Affairs is a nodal agency for the Indian Police Service. But in MHA, most of the people who are at directorate level or at the secretary level are IAS, right? Because a specialist is knowing the nitty-gritty of something that they can or one can carry it out. But when it comes to interconnecting that thing, the after effects of some certain services can be analyzed by a journalist more. For example, IRS, the revenue, but it is connected with the collectorate, who is headed by an IAS. Now, revenue and collectorate, collection of the revenue, it should be headed by an IRS only. But an IRS who is under the patronage of CAG, knowing that the collection of the revenue is as per the format, is per as it is as per the tax decided, what are the ways and means that can be used to collect the tax, right? The auditing of it can be looked after by an specialist. But when we talk about a collector, one is knowing that from village side we have to collect the tax. So in the village, what is the deficit that one can give the tax at the village level, and from where the fund is needed? So for example, Gobar gas plant, if it is to be taxed in the rural area, people will give the tax. They will not give. They will not give. Then there is a shop in open for the kind of seats. Open shop, will they be giving the tax? They will not give the tax. Then how the rural development will be there? If they are not tax paying body, then how the road will be built? How the basic amenities, the infrastructure will be built? This is a question. Then it will be analyzed by whom? The collector. The same tax will be used to look after their health services also. Some of the villages are self-sufficient village in South India, right? Self-sufficient village means they can generate this much of tax and the expenditure incurred by them. So if we are having the micro unit at the village level, and the credit can be given to the collector by having macro analysis, for example, the electricity generation, small hydel projects, there is a river, there is a kind of waterfall, small waterfall at the village level. That waterfall water can be used to generate electricity or not? Then today we have solar panels. Yes or no? If we are using the agricultural land for the solar panel also, agriculture can also be there and solar panel can also be there at the same time. Don't you think? Then if we are sparsely distributing them in the field, that sunlight is also coming and the panels are also there, it is possible. Then even if solar panels are not there, what about trade mills, uh, huh? Windmills? But the installation cost, what do you think? That installation cost will be very high? Then it can be sponsored, or it can be arranged from the center or the state side. Then the electricity generated will be sent to the village, so the transmission losses will be least, tax saved. So that's how the revenue and the administration is connected. So revenue administration is different, but general administration is also different, right? So that's how the generalist specialist debate is there. But debate is about the fact that why a specialist is not given chance to be head of a department, to head the department. Like yesterday we were talking about CAG, right? Now the IAS, why it is so? Then we come to know that proximity of them with whom? The minister. Means what? The headquarter field relationship, if you look at, then you will find that IAS, being a generalist, helping the minister in policy formulation, develop the develop the repo, help them to retain most of the important postings, and as a result their assessment is good, they are having good promotion, fast promotion. And because of this, what happens? That they are coming on the top because of the headquarter field relationship. If you are in the field as DM, you are not coming to the headquarter working as secretary to help the minister in formulation of the policies and program. And your assessment will also be good, your promotions scope is good, then definitely you will be on the top. Then proximity and repo factor, that both two people are psychologically comfort with each other. Fine. There are chances that being from very low service like Indian Postal Service, you can be appointed as secretary. It is a minister concern who is wanting you to be there with him. Confidence. So, for example, when uh, Modi ji became Prime Minister, he passed an ordinance for Mr. Mishra, who whom he wanted to be his principal secretary. He was retired, means on the verge of retirement, 2 years extension. So 62 years exception, ordinance. Possible. Many of the IRS, IPS are there as secretary. Has been called from Tamil Nadu, from Kerala, from Northeast, because a minister is comfortable. A minister is comfortable. So a minister is having PS also, personal secretary, of the age of like 30-35 years. If you are very good, you can say sir, 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 sir. That's it. Bas. They want to hear sir, sir, sir in 10 times in a minute. Fine. And then minister is out for 10 days. You are also in the leisure time. No work at all. That's good. You can write book. You can enjoy your social life. But otherwise, if you are in the field, always you are at the receiving end. Come what may, what has not been done will be focused more upon more. Yes or no? And you will be a protocol officer Whosoever is coming at the district, you are receiving them. That's it. Right? So that's how we can see the things. So sometimes in the field, apart from DM post, all the posts are seen as demotion. Some people who are enjoying the field life, when they come at the theory work, research work in the headquarter, that is, you can say as a secretary level, they find it very boring. Very, very boring. What can be done? So many people want Delhi. So there is a policy like after serving 2 postings, you can be brought to Delhi for like 2 years deputation. But most of the people like to arrange Delhi twice or thrice so as to arrange their good retirement time, because they have to invest somewhere in Noida and uh, Gurgaon to purchase some flats and all, so that they can live peacefully. Greenery area. In Delhi, it is very hard. Lutyens Delhi, it is very expensive. Yes or no? And if your area person has given you some money and if you are purchasing things in your native place, people will come to know. So you like to purchase things in a far-flung area where people are not focusing upon. That too in other family people's name. So I am teaching you the ways and means to settle how to balance the things. Now, the generalist being a civil servant, don't you think that some in-service training should be provided to him to be a specialist in certain sense? So if you are a health secretary and if you have not done MBBS, you have not worked in health department at the directorate level, what will you do at health, in health policy and health secretariat? So don't you think that person who has done graduation as part of like his medical studies should be given that assignment since beginning, so that one is developing his profile that is fit for the health department or maybe for education department, if one has cleared some of the exams related to education. So one had optional commerce and accountancy, one had MCom and BCom. So Ministry of Commerce is suitable to begin with at least. Yes or no? So one has done something from public administration, right? So what should be given to that person? Ministry of Personnel. Okay, and सब कुछ दे सकते हैं मिनिस्ट्री पब्लिक एड वालों को तो। पीएम भी दे सकते हैं, पीएमओ ज़्यादा बढ़िया है, आराम से टेंशन नहीं। लेकिन आजकल पीएमओ में मोदी जी के चक्कर में ना वैसे तो कंफर्टेबल ही रहते हैं। पावर तो ज़्यादा रहता है, नो डाउट। नहीं, हल्की सी गलती is noted, but PMO is PMO, no pressure at all. But only the cult are collected. Only the cults are collected. What do you mean by cults? अच्छा. So cult simply means an ideology based personality. Ideology based personality. What is your ideology? So today you are a socialist revolutionary. That अब तो कुछ करना है. हाँ? अच्छा centrist हो. After 30 you will be capitalist. Otherwise you will be thrown out of family. No? अभी कैपिटलिस्ट नहीं है, अभी तो कोई भी रोड पे चलते हुए कुछ भी बोल दे. Centrist basically. So we can write one line about things. The constitution provides for public service commissions, PSCs in form of UPSC, JPSC, and JPSC means Joint Public Service Commission, and SPSCs, State Public Service Commission, that can be created under Article 315 315 full stop. The members of UPSC and JPSCs, UPSC and JPSCs are appointed by the president, comma, and that of the SPSCs are appointed by the governor. The governor concerned. Governor concerned means of that state. Full stop. The constitution does not provide anything regarding the membership of PSCs or their qualification but it is obligatory for the president or governor that at least half of total members of PSC shall be person who have rendered rendered at least 10 years of government service. Stop. That is why teachers and armed force officers can also be appointed as chairperson and member of UPSC and PSCs. The independence of PSC can be ensured from the followings. क्या कंडीशंस हो सकती है भाई? independence. If I need to ensure independent functioning of yours, means you cannot be biased, you cannot be made to work under pressure. So this means I am trying to ensure the independency of the PSC or of the member. How it is ensured? Charged, so that the amount is not reduced during your tenure, and fixed tenure, and okay, article 311, and hmm? Okay, so the president is the person who can remove. Okay, and hmm? Hmm. Hmm. UPSC members and chairperson are removed by the president, not by the parliament, on the recommendation of UPSC. Hmm? CUM का रोल नहीं है इसमें. Yeah, and बस job security, security of the tenure, बस. hmm? Constitutional status. It is. And एक और रह गया. hmm? हाँ, तो why UPSC is so transparent? This is also the same question, similar question. It is transparent, it is neutral. Yes or no? एक पॉइंट और है जिसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन इस साल यूपीएससी में आएगा, and that I have already discussed. That UPSC member and chairperson cannot work after their retirement, but it's being followed with special permissions from ministry, but otherwise it is not desirable, especially for a UPSC member. Just after membership is over, you are employed by the private sector. It means you had already a talk. It is not that it is happening overnight, and it means you might have favored something, and that means independency compromised, and IRMS is the result, maybe, and you are at the disadvantageous position because IRMS were to be in the civil services, more vacancies, more chances. Indian Railway Account Service and Indian Railway Personal Services, there are two services for you guys, but IRMS was to be the service under civil service, means more vacancies, at least 100 to 200 vacancies, and as a result what will happen, the cutoff will be higher. वैकेंसी ज़्यादा कहाँ है, कम हो गई ना आपके लिए तो. यदि ज़्यादा होंगे तो फ़ायदा है आपको, कट ऑफ कम हो जाएगा, मेंस लेवल पे, इंटरव्यू लेवल पे फ़ायदा होगा, वो दिक्कत हो गया. तो दैट इज़ द थिंग. नाउ UPSC member can work only as a chairperson, right? SPSC member can work either as a chairperson of SPSC of other state or as a UPSC member or chairperson. Means higher post in that same line it is possible under Article 315. But at least 1 year cooling off period should be there so that with immediate effect after getting retirement at least you will be in house 3 BHK 4 BHK max. But if you are appointed then you will be having perks, conditions, gadi, vehicle. So that's how it is happening. So one line. नाम क्या लेना है? We are also having people, but like Shri BL Bora, we are having him as an advisor. But he is 67 batch IPS. मतलब the senior most person means IPS of the country. अरे यार फिर again now. They are my friend. So, but anyway, it's just comfort. It is your lookout. You need to look at the constitutional provisions and things. So special permission nahi, within 1 year. Okay, please write. Number one, a member of PSC can be removed from service, can be removed from service only on the specific ground only specific ground provided under the constitution. Under the constitution. Number two, the conditions of service of any member of PSC, condition of service of any member of PSC cannot be altered to their disadvantage after appointment. The number third, the salary and expenditure of PSC is charged upon the Consolidated Fund of India or the related states The number four, a retired PSC member is subjected to restrictions for future employment with government as chairperson of UPSC cannot take up any employment under the government after retirement. Let's stop. The chairperson of SPSC or JPSC can be employed as member or chairperson, as member or chairperson of UPSC after retirement, or as the chairperson of another or as the chairperson of another SPSC, one can be appointed. Full stop. Next paragraph. A UPSC member can only be reemployed as chairperson of UPSC or chairperson of SPSC. SPSC. Full stop. A SPSC member can only be reemployed as of chairperson of SPSC or member or chairperson of UPSC. UPSC. Out of this point, there can be a prelims question too. Very close in proximity. Now write the heading below this: removal of member of PSC. Removal of member of PSC. Number 1, by resignation. By resignation. Write in it: a UPSC or JPSC member, can resign by writing a letter addressed to the president or to the governor as the case may be. Maybe. The number 2nd heading: by removal. Write in it: a PSC member can be removed by the president on the following grounds. Number 1, if the member has been adjudged adjudged as insolvent. Insolvent means हाँ, दिवालिया, विजय माल्या टाइप, मतलब डेप्ट बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया आपके ऊपर, नहीं दे पा रहे. Number 2nd, if the member engages in a paid employment outside the term of his office. ऑफिस एक भूरे लाल थे यूपीएससी के मेंबर, उनको सीएनजी कमेटी का मेंबर बना दिया गया था. दैट वाज अलाउड, गवर्नमेंट वाज हैप्पी, नथिंग हैपेंड. सीएनजी कमेटी दिल्ली में जब आया था. नाउ थर्ड वन, इफ द मेंबर इज comma in the opinion of the president, if the member is in the opinion of the president has infirmity of mind or body, has infirmity of mind and body. Then fourth one, on the ground of misconduct, on the ground of misconduct, after recommendation, to this effect has been made by the Supreme Court. By the Supreme Court. Please stop here. Misconduct, constitutionally speaking, here misconduct, constitutionally speaking, means, constitutionally speaking, number one, if the member enters into any contract, the member enters into any contract with Government of India or Government of State, Government of India or of the state. Then second one, the member participated, the member participating in any profit, out of the contract, out of the contract. So up till this point clear? Now if there is a question that what are the duties and responsibility of a PSC? One, you know that to conduct the exam. Another you know that to conduct an inquiry for the civil servant. And third one, UPSC is not allocating the services. UPSC send the list, right, to respective ministries or to the president, and president send it to respective ministries. So the first ministry is MEA. They choose 20-30 officers for foreign service. Then Ministry of Personnel and MHA. First these three services. And training also, first the IAS, they come to know about their service and cadre, because they have to go for the attachment, 1 year attachment. So what are the other duties of a PSC? President can give any job to them, any job, do something for me, they will do. UPSC को, PSC इसको गवर्नर बोलेगा. Then UPSC, don't you think that it will be assisting CVC also, Central Vigilance Commission? प्रेसिडेंट का नहीं, it is not discretionary power. Okay, the president is asking the UPSC to an extent, but it is not purely that discretionary power that we have discussed in the types of power of the president. Maybe if the government is asking, Ministry of Personnel is asking, then it is the president who will do this. Then other than this, the UPSC is helping CVC also, Central Vigilance Commission. So for example, vigilance means in any of the department there is an information that corruption is going to be there. So CVC will be informing CBI to conduct the raid. CVC के पास अपना थोड़ी ना कोई टीम बैठा हुआ है. It is just an information assimilation body. That's it. Processing body है CVC. It is senior to CBI. It is senior to IB. Even CBI का जो डायरेक्टर होता है वो 2 साल के लिए आता है. कौन अपॉइंट करता है? CVC. मतलब CVC is one of the member. Right. So एक लाइन इसके बारे में लिखें, हेडिंग डालें, ड्यूटीज और फंक्शन ऑफ PSC. UPSC अब रिपोर्ट सबमिट करता है, बट वेन एवर द प्रेसिडेंट इज सेइंग, देन ऑल्सो दे आर स्पेसिफिक सबमिटिंग report on specific matters. Then one other thing, the vacancies, how UPSC is coming to know that these many vacancies we have to report. How? कैसे? All the ministries send their report to UPSC. Then addition of it is in the vacancy. नहीं, क्राइसिस नहीं है. वैकेंसीज जो है वो भरती हैं, एंड वैकेंसीज के 2 हैं. एक तो रिटायरमेंट होता है, दूसरी नई वैकेंसीज क्रिएट होती हैं. यही है. एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में वैकेंसीज अनफिल्ड होने का उतना क्राइसिस नहीं है. डेपुटेशन का क्राइसिस क्यों है? डेपुटेशन का क्राइसिस इसलिए है बिकॉज समवन इज हैविंग स्टेट कैडर एंड वन हैज बीन कॉल्ड बाय द सेंटर, हैज नॉट बीन रिलीज्ड बाय देम, बिकॉज उनका उनसे काम बनता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, रिसेंटली बीइंग दैट एपिसोड ऑफ ममता बनर्जी एंड सेंटर, नहीं छोड़ रहे. द अदर बीइंग द एम्स डायरेक्टर. एम्स डायरेक्टर, यू सी, मेडिकल पॉलिसी, दवाइयाँ, सरकारी खर्चे पे कौन कौन सी दवाइयाँ मिलेंगी, उसका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किसको मिलेगा? बैठा हुआ है एक पर्सन जिसने कैंपेन में पूरा मदद किया. अब मैन्युफैक्चरिंग फार्मा कंपनीज में है, सब कुछ तो पैसा ही दे रही है इलेक्शन में. कौन देगा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट? एम्स ही तो पॉलिसी एक एंडोर्स निकलता है कि ये दवाई अच्छी है, वहाँ पे IAS बैठा हुआ है, उसने बोला डॉक्टर को नहीं देना है. सो इट इज़ अ चैनल. इट इज़ अ चैनल. सो ये सब कौन है? ठेकेदार है. तो आपको भी तो ठेकेदारी बनना है ना. प्लीज राइट. ड्यूटीज और फंक्शन ऑफ PSC. नंबर 1, to conduct examination for the appointment to the services of the union or the states, as the case may be. The number 2, to advise the president or the governor on any specific matter, on any specific matter which may be referred to the commission, referred to the commission by any of these authority. Any of these authorities, these two means president or governor. Then number 3, it shall be the duty of UPSC, it shall be the duty of UPSC when requested by two or more state, when requested by two or more state to assist those state on matters regarding conduct of examination, and appointment to the jobs under the state, Then number 4, the UPSC, if requested by the governor of a state, may be with prior approval of the president, agree to perform all or any need of the concerned state, And number 5, the PSC present annual report to the president or the governor as to the work done by the union, or state commission, as the case may be. The number 6, the president shall also be consulted, the PSCs shall also be consulted on all matters relating to the method of recruitment, to civil servants, principles to be followed in making promotion and transfer from one service to another, on all disciplinary methods. And number 7, in addition to these functions, Parliament or state legislature may provide additional function under any law, under any law enacted for the purpose, enacted for the purpose. So these are the duties and responsibilities. Basically, the part 14 is categorized and divided into two. First, from Article 301 to Article 304, sorry 314, and from Article 315 to Article 323. Means 323 is now more for the CAT, Central Administrative Tribunal, and SAT. Article 323A and Article 323B. Okay. Now, when we talk about the first part of the part 14 of Indian Constitution, this is chapter 1 basically. In parts there are chapters, and in chapters the articles, article 308 to 314. It is talking about the principles that guide the working of the members and the chairperson. So for example, I told about what is the meaning of dismissal, removal, and even suspension. Where did I drop that heading? Dismissal, removal, and suspension in fundamental rights. But where? Hmm? कहाँ पे पढ़ाया था? मैं भी याद ही कर रहा हूँ. Hmm? In fundamental right, where did I drop this? Article 20, no double jeopardy, no self-incrimination, and no ex post facto law. In no double jeopardy, I told that suspension is not taken as the punishment. Only the punishment given by court will not be counted as, will be counted as punishment, which is not good. So we can write this, that the services under union and state. Yes. Write in it. The Constitution provide two important provisions. Basically in books it is not found, but I am giving it to you. Two important provisions. Number one, tenure of office of civil servant. And उसी में ही in the same point, and procedural safeguards available to them in case of any disciplinary action. Then B point, creation of an independent PSC. Then right below this, any person working in civil or military capacity, person working in civil or military capacity under government works during the pleasure of the president during the pleasure of the president or the governor, as the case may be, the doctrine of pleasure, the doctrine of pleasure here means here means that any such government servant, any such government servant can be removed by the president or governor anytime without assigning any reason under the constitution. Supreme Court and High Court judges, CAG and election commissioners are not governed under doctrine of pleasure, as they can be removed on certain specific grounds by following a particular procedure given in the constitution. The next paragraph, when any government servant is terminated, one does not enjoy any right of being compensated. Servant is terminated, one does not enjoy any right of being compensated. Nor can the government sacrifice its right of removal under any contract or agreement. Full stop. But these two rights are available to an officer when following two conditions are satisfied. Two conditions are satisfied. Number one, if the government take the services of a technical expert or a specialist other than from regular service, for example, Sam Pitroda SAM PIT RODA Sam Pratroda, Montag Singh Ahluwalia, Monteg MONTEK Singh Ahluwalia, Apple by Commission APPLEBY Apple by Commission. एक्चुअली एप्पल बाय को हमने बाहर से बुलाया था. वी इनवाइटेड दिस पर्सन 1953 एप्पल बाय कमीशन. सो वी हैव टू गिव देम, but they are under the employment of the state or of the union, but they have right that their contract has been violated. So either we are saying that okay, this vacancy is no more available, but we hired you for 5 years, only 2 years gone by, 3 years are left, you please take this compensation, then it is fine, mutually agreed term. But you are abruptly abolishing the vacancy, then what the other person will be doing? You have employed the person, but the vacancy is not no more, then you are saying tata bye bye to the person, jeopardizing his career or her career. So that is why such security is available. So the compensation has to be given, right? In the same line, under a contract for a particular period of time, under a contract for a particular period of time, if one is removed from the post before completion of the contract period, one has to be compensated by the president. One has to be compensated by the president. Full stop. Likewise, if a particular post is abolished, the person has to be compensated by the government. Provided one has not been suspended for misconduct. Now put the heading procedural safeguard available to a CS, means civil servant. Write in it. Under Article 311, of Indian Constitution, when a CS, means civil servant, is to be dismissed or removed, two following protections can be given. Number one, a civil servant cannot be dismissed or removed from service by any authority which is subordinate to or lower than the appointing authority. Lower than the appointing authority. अपॉइंट करने वाला तो प्रेसिडेंट है, उसके ऊपर का कोई है तो ठीक है. देन बी, under the principle of natural justice, under the principle of natural justice, such a civil servant, such a civil servant has the right of being heard, HEARD, right of being heard, when the inquiry is being conducted, full stop. Before 1976 there were two stages of hearing, that is that is at the stage when inquiry was conducted, then second, at the stage when penal consequence, penal consequence was conducted, penal consequences to be taken up against the civil servant, or at the conviction stage, Conviction means one has been found guilty and the punishment has been framing of the punishment is going on. The second stage has been deleted. The second stage protection has been deleted in 1976 by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. क्या लिखा? Has been deleted in 1976 by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. Right. Then right below this, the difference between dismissal and removal is that dismissal make one ineligible for future employment. Dismissal make one ineligible for future employment. But on removal, such restrictions are not there. Public employment only are not there. Full stop. These both are common in two aspects. On two aspects. Both are taken on the charge of misconduct. Both are taken on the charge of misconduct. And second, all the benefits, comma, salary, allowance, and pension stand forfeited. FORFEITED, forfeited, छीन लिया, ठीक है ऐसा। तो नीचे लिखें suspension is temporary, unlike above two, and does not result into complete forfeiture, of the salary and allowances. And the person may be reinstated back to the department. Right? समझ में आई इतनी बात? It means court martial is a removal or dismissal? रिमूवल है, dismissal है, court martial, and the court martial is challengeable. Yes, court martial is dismissal, public employment नहीं ले सकते. But always the court is a savior. When you can be in jail, you can give the exam or not. You can give the exam, but you are barred for the government job, but you can give the exam. These both are two contradictory things. And after passing of the exam, you will be challenging it in the court. Court may allow, and court will actually. ऐसा हो चुका है पहले. अच्छा, हाँ बिल्कुल. So this is somewhat something left out of it, like generalist, speculative. आज लिखना है? नहीं, कल लिख लेंगे. अच्छा, कल संडे है क्या? होनी है क्लास कल? नहीं, क्या करना है संडे को? अच्छा, उसे पढ़ना है. अच्छा, तो इसका मतलब उसमें टेस्ट ले सकते हैं पढ़ने के बाद उसका. हाँ, तो सारे लोग पढ़ेंगे न्यूज़पेपर पूरे हफ्ते में. न्यूज़ नहीं पढ़ी कोई भी आप लोगों ने? क्या हुआ है हफ्ते में? पूरे हफ्ते का एक साथ पढ़ोगे? आज 2 दिन का बाकी है. एंड ऑल इंडिया रेडियो की न्यूज़ सागर ना? वेयर इज योर कॉपी? अच्छा, यू डिड नॉट राइट. पिछले हफ्ते का है. अच्छा अच्छा, ओके. Public Service Commission, PSC, and PCS, Provincial Civil Service. Provincial Civil Service is a service. PSC is a body, whereas PCS is a service. No? You will be a PCS or you will be a PSC in case if you are selected for a state. services. You will be PCS. So a service in state is called as PCS, whereas body is PSC, wherein P stands for public. In PCS, P stands for provincial. Hmm. So, hmm. Hmm. हो सकता है पिछली बार भी तो कई बार ही हुआ ही है ऐसा। एक बार पहले क्वेश्चन लीक हुआ, फिर दोबारा एग्जाम हुआ, फिर उसके बाद दोबारा में ये वाली दिक्कतें हो गई। उसमें एक ही चीज़ होगी कि वो आठों क्वेश्चन हो सकता है इनइफेक्टिव कर दें, लेकिन फिर 8 क्वेश्चन इनइफेक्टिव कर दिए और मान लीजिए किसी पर्सन का स्कोर उसी के बेस पे आके सेलेक्ट हुआ है, तो ये डिस्क्रिपेंसी उन्हें देखनी पड़ेगी कि कैसे इसको न्यूट्रल है? हाई हो जाएगा। हाई गया है। अच्छा। अच्छा। तो बेसिकली अब कोर्ट के अंदर प्रेजेंटेशन जाएगी विद प्रूफ, और यदि कोर्ट अलाउ करता है कि कुछ लोगों को और ज़्यादा इसमें शामिल किया जाए मेंस की स्टेज में। हम्म, सब एक साथ हो रहा है। Depends upon the political influence. If the political party is more influencing on PSC, then हो सकता है फिर दोबारा एग्जाम होगा। हो सकता है। क्या कर रहे हैं? बिहार इज रियल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन। लालू जी की सरकार आनी है। हम्म? हम्म। तो जंगल राज होना वहाँ जरूरी है कि नहीं है? हो रहा है। स्टार्ट हो गया है। ठीक है, तो दिक्कत की क्या बात है? सही है। इट्स ऑल इंडिया। बिहार में एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में आना अच्छी बात है। नहीं है? If a South Indian is trapped in Bihar administration, one will try to understand whole life that what this administration is all about. It's always not defined. So you will not be able to understand that what this work is all about. That's how the UP and Bihar is. Western UP is somewhat okay. East UP is like that only. ठीक है, बट एनी वे अभी तो कुछ भी हो, एग्जाम में कहीं पे आप फिगर इट हो जाते हैं तो ज़्यादा बेटर है, राइट? और उससे पहले क्या है कि सब कुछ समझ में आ जाए तो बात हमारी बन जाएगी। ठीक है, तो राइटिंग स्टाइल एंड ऑल बस थोड़ा सा वो प्रैक्टिस करो। दिसंबर का महीना है, उसके बाद जनवरी से थोड़ा सा प्रीलिम्स की तरफ ज़्यादा बढ़ना पड़ेगा। मतलब अराउंड 4 to 5 thousand क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना है, टेस्ट नहीं करना है। जो होगा वो तो टेस्ट में होगा ना, यूपीएससी में। मीन्स लर्न नहीं करना है अपने आप को, टाइम वेस्ट क्यों करना है टेस्ट करने में? टेस्ट तो आपको तब करके देखना है कि भाई मेरे इंट्यूटिव गैसेस सही हो रहे हैं या नहीं हो रहे हैं, मतलब स्ट्रेटजी क्या बनेगी। तो 2 घंटे का जो टेस्ट है, उसे टेस्ट करने में कितने घंटे जाएंगे? 2 घंटे। और सॉल्व करने में कितने घंटे जाएंगे? 4 या 5 घंटे। मीन्स अ क्वेश्चन you have read the explanation, then you have noted it down. This means solution, solving it, learning. So these are the ways to learn it. Okay, 4 to 5 thousand. So 1,000 in a month up till April only. May month in the month of is a month of revision. So 4 months will be there for prelims. Any problem? No problem. मुझे तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आपको ही होनी चाहिए। ठीक है।